Hey guys, you're watching QDCrafts. Today's video is all about the Fire Nation from Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you saw my first Avatar video where I made Avatar Aang, Katara, Sokka, and Toph, this is a continuation to that video because I didn't include Zuko, who is such an important member of the gang, and of course I wanted to dedicate this video just for the Fire Nation characters. So I have Azula, Iroh, and Zuko in mini bead form. As well, I'm going to show you how I made the hairpiece or headpiece that you commonly see in Fire Nation fashion. If you watched up to season 3 where they're in the Fire Nation, then you'll see there's like this headpiece that they wear in front of a top knot with little fire symbols. So I'm going to make that using some mini beads, and it's going to be part of my Fire Nation civilian costume. For the character sprites, I'm going to be using my set of Art Cal hard mini beads, and just so you know, these are 2.6 millimeters, so they're much smaller than the regular MIDI sized beads, which are 5 millimeters in diameter. Since they are so tiny, I do recommend getting some tweezers to help pick up the beads because it's going to be a real pain to pick it up with your fingers, and these are my tweezers from Art Cal. Just keep in mind though that the tips of these mini bead tweezers are extremely sharp, so you have to be careful because you could puncture the hull of an Empire-class Fire Nation battleship, leaving thousands to drown at sea because they're so sharp. Anyway, let's get started. I'll be using my A48 and A05 soft mini beads. The difference between Art Cal's A-series soft mini beads and their C-series hard mini beads is that their soft beads are flexible. So this means that you can bend them without the beads separating as easily compared to if you made them with hard beads. Since I'll be bending this hairpiece around a top knot, I need the beads to not be so brittle and break, so these soft beads are perfect for doing that. To iron the headpiece, I'm using the masking tape method to take all of the beads off of the board first. Then I'm using my Art Cal ironing film to get a shiny finish on the beads. I ironed each side for around 1 minute and applied a bit of pressure to make sure that the beads were all fused together really tightly so that they wouldn't break during the bending process. While the beads are still really hot and freshly ironed, I used a tripod stand to help me bend this hairpiece into a circular shape. They do get pretty hot, so please be careful during this step. This was my first time using these kind of beads, and I must say they held up really well when I was bending them. There wasn't any indication that the beads would snap in half or anything. They bent into the circular shape perfectly while it was still hot, and then I made sure to hold it in this position until it cooled. This is the final result, and I made a red one with a matte finish as well. After I did my bead bending, you can see it's maintained its shape, but it can still open up so that I can put it around a top knot. Now that I have these two headpieces all done, I'm not sure which one I like more, the red one or the yellow one, but now I have to put on this robe. I found this robe in my basement when I was cleaning, and this is actually made by my mom. She made this when she was in university. When I saw it, I instantly thought, hey, this would be great for a Fire Nation costume. Let's put this on. And then remember to always do the left side over the right side. And then gotta tie it up. I also have this hood that my mom helped me DIY. This was for my graduation for university, so it has my school's colors, which happen to look just like the Fire Nation colors. And let's see how I'm gonna put this on. Alright, let's see if this can work. Considering you can only see the top half of my body, it looks pretty okay for a Fire Nation outfit. I am really hot though. Maybe I shouldn't have put a hoodie underneath. But now it's time to tie up my hair so that it's a top knot. I've actually never had hair this long, and due to quarantine, this is the longest my hair has ever grown in my entire life. I've always had shorter hair, but it's been really fun trying to learn how to tie up hair, which I've never really done. Let's see if I can do this without a mirror. Okay, so top knot like that. Hair tie. Where's my hair tie? And then I just tie up this top knot. Ow. Tying up hair kind of hurts, which is why I never really did it before. But now I think I've got my top knot done. This is the best I can do. I'm sorry if I dishonored the Fire Nation. I just need to get my Fire Nation headpiece and then put it on like that. And does that look like I'm a Fire Nation person? Maybe I'll get my mom to help me for actual nicer pictures. But this is the yellow flame headpiece, and now let me just switch it to the red one. You can see I can open it up like this without it breaking because the soft beads are pretty pliable, and it goes right around the top knot like that. Both sides, you can see it kind of wraps around. I don't know how to manage long hair, but this is my Fire Nation civilian costume. The headpiece worked out really well. It fits right in front of a top knot, and it's awesome. I can customize it to different colors, and if I want to change the shape to the Fire Nation crown, I could do that too. Comment down below which color you like better, the red headpiece or the yellow one. If any of you guys watched Avatar when it first aired on TV, you might also remember a Game Boy game called Avatar: The Last Airbender Burning Earth. I searched up screenshots of the video game and I found all sorts of different characters and poses directly from the Burning Earth game, so this is just copied from that, and this is a Lee version of Prince Zuko. Back when he was living in the Earth Kingdom with Uncle Iroh and being a good tea server, this was his outfit, and he had shorter hair, but of course he couldn't hide his fire bending after all. I personally like his character design a lot more in Season 3 when he's back in the Fire Nation and in his Fire Nation clothing, so I changed Lee into the Prince Zuko we know by changing the colors and extending the hair a little bit. Next up is everybody's favorite tea-loving Uncle Iroh, or Mushi as he was called in the Earth Kingdom. Again, I got this pattern from the Burning Earth game, and unfortunately I was never able to play it as a kid because I didn't have a Game Boy. I played a Nintendo DS, and I'd never bought the games for this, which I should have done way back then. Also, a fun fact, Uncle Iroh was the one in the Avatar universe to create bubble tea, and I just love that. Unfortunately, Zuko and Aang did not appreciate Iroh's innovation, but I would visit the Jasmine Dragon any day. Of course, I can't finish a Fire Nation video without making the one and only Princess Azula, ruthless daughter of Fire Lord Ozai and Ursa, sister to Prince Zuko. She's the one who will defeat you for all time, and you will never rise from the ashes of your shame and humiliation. But other than that, I really like her character. She's one of my favorite villains, and I gave her a blue fireball that she will be pointing directly at Prince Zuko. Now it's time to get to Irohning Uncle Iroh. Get it? Irohning Iroh. It's okay. You can laugh.
It's funny.
I'm using the masking tape method again to get Iroh off of the pegboard. Fix the positioning of some of the beads a little, and I'm using the ironing film to get a shiny finish on both sides. While it cools down, I placed a heavy book on top to keep it flat. After the ironing process is done, this is Uncle Iroh with a shiny finish on both sides, and I did the same thing for Zuko and Azula. Thanks so much for watching. This is what my costume looks like when I stand up. I have to cover the bottom since it's only halfway. Too bad I don't know how to do special effects, otherwise I could like punch out fire or something. I'm just gonna be a non-bender from the Fire Nation, and I have at least a sword that I got from Piandao after getting recommendations from Sokka on Sword Advisor. So this is my Halloween costume. Let me know if you would ever dress up as a character from Avatar. Would you be Fire Nation, Earth Kingdom, Air Nomad, or Water Tribe? Also, I'm not sure what I would be called in the Fire Nation. What's a common Fire Nation girl name? Maybe I'll just go with Wen. I am Wen from the Fire Nation, and I am here to appease the Fire Lord. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, and hit that bell button. And don't forget to like this video, and I will see you guys next time with another QDCraft. Bye! Nah, haha, stay! Stay! Oh my gosh. Please, just stay.